and Sam, and welcome to What Are We Doing Here?
Let's get yapping.
Hand signals. Go, go, go. 2 at the door, 2 in the back.
Can we explain that? Because that's really funny. So Bri and I decided that when we're recording and we need to pause to whatever, we would put up like a hand signal so that when we're editing the podcast, we could like go find the hand signal and be like, cut right here.
Stop.
And then cut again when we come back in. So that was funny because I like...
Yeah. We just started it because I realized like it was getting harder for Sam to edit here and there because we would like, wait, hang on. Like we were talking over each other like, wait, let's go back and say that again. Or like we would say something that was inappropriate. We can't put on a podcast. Yep. And therefore we'd have to kind of start the story over again and take those parts out. So I was like, what if we do 6 of now? It's like we got ALS signs for when to stop and go to be better. Anyways, welcome to episode 7 of What Are We Doing Here? If you can kind of...
Episode 7 is crazy. I'm just going to say it.
I know. It's crazy. I don't even feel like we've done 7 of these, but here we are.
We've done so many more too that like before we ever released, because we tried a couple different editing softwares, a couple different platforms, a couple of different things. And so there was a lot of before, and then we were like, okay, go time. We're going to do it. And as you can see, like we're figuring out, but it's really, I have a great time. Like every Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, whenever we record, it's very fun, but it's different than the way we normally talk. We're like trying to stay on topic, trying not to talk over each other. But in real life, we're like,
also, if you guys could tell, I am a little under the weather. This is better than what we were yesterday, but we're here. So if you hear me sniffle or something, we're just a little sick. It's fine. We're getting better.
Yesterday, you really didn't even sound like a human. So I'm glad we waited for today.
It was so bad yesterday.
Magic cough drops is what you needed.
Magic cough drops and sleep. A lot of it, apparently.
Yeah. Well, we did have a crazy weekend. I mean, we had a very busy weekend.
Do you want to go into what you did first and then we can talk about what I did and what we did together?
Yeah. So Friday, I had nothing. I worked on the podcast, hung around the house. I think got Domino's. Oh, this is question. And when you see this,
we're outing ourselves. Hang on.
I do this in real life. Like when I'm thinking, if I have thoughts and I'm trying not to interrupt a story, I'll do 1-2 points so that I don't forget. So what's your question?
I think it's funny you start the weekend on Friday. Like in my mind, the weekend is Saturday, Sunday, but you're like, Friday, I didn't do anything. Like the weekend to me isn't Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just thought it was funny because in my mind, when you're like, what did I do this weekend? I think of Saturday and Sunday. I don't include Friday into that.
Interesting. I include Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Obviously, it is still part of the weekend, but Sunday is like my reset day. And so it's like more a prep for the week in my head. But Friday, I think, because in college, all 4 years, I was going out to happy hour on Fridays. So like Fridays was the start. Plus, like working in the restaurant, like Friday and Saturday were your weekend, were your busy shifts. So I think that's why.
Yeah. Maybe. I just thought it was funny because I was like, what did you do this weekend? You start with Friday. I was like, wait.
So you're saying
starting my weekend with a Friday.
So you would have, if I had asked you first, you would have started with just Saturday. Interesting.
I worked Friday. Like, yeah, so Friday afternoons. I know, but Friday afternoons are usually like fun because it's like I don't have to worry about waking up and going to work the next day, but I don't consider that my weekend. That's just like a fun Friday afternoon.
Interesting. Okay, that's fun. New fun facts. Well, Friday I did nothing because in my head that's the weekend. Saturday we went to NASCAR, and a couple years ago I was definitely not a NASCAR person. Could not care less. Like that wasn't my style. But we got free tickets. I don't know, 3 years ago now.
Yeah,
maybe 4.
3.
And we're at like box seats up by the start and finish line, like right there where it was loud. That was my first experience like ever going to NASCAR. And after that, I was like, wait, this is actually really, really cool. So we've gotten free tickets every year. I've gone to NASCAR 4 times plus MotoGP and haven't paid a dime besides the food and alcohol that we're drinking.
It was a beautiful day Saturday too.
It was so nice.
So nice.
Hunter, I'm going to totally out him. We all got red and like my face is a lot more tan than the rest of my body right now. But Hunter was wearing his hat backwards so that his neck would be covered. Did you see him? Did I show you a picture?
No.
Dude. Okay. So he wore his hat backwards.
A little circle?
It's not even hat backwards to protect his neck. Of course, he got the little circle, but it was up here. That's not the thing. He has a solid straight line right across his forehead. Right here of solid red to solid white. It's very funny. Remind me.
Picture. Hand signals. Question. Picture. Stop.
I hope everybody gets a kick out of when I put your location in.
I thought it was funny. I'm gonna post it so people are gonna see it before they hear about it here. But I'm gonna post it as like a pic, as like a post.
Yeah,
because I think
that
it's
was
funny.
a funny. I got a kick out of that. So went to NASCAR, came home, chilled, and then Sunday ran around like a crazy person all day to be able to go to a Sunday night concert for Role Model. But it was so good. She bought 4 tickets and said, I need another person. And I said, okay, let's go.
Like 6 months ago, like pre-sale tickets, I bought them. So Saturday, the boys had their first baseball game. It was so cute, so fun.
It was so cute.
It was so cute. That was fun. That was like a whole thing, like right in the middle of the day. So that was that. And then, yes.
Can you tell a story about one of them not wanting to run and how cute?
Oh, yeah. So one of them hit and ran and it was great. And then the other one hit the ball and he wanted to hit, but he did not want to run. So then he was like, nope. Like, okay.
Good job, not going
dude.
at all.
He was like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I just wanted to hit the ball. That was it. Like, he was not having it, but it was still really cute, really fun. It was funny because they were trying to explain to the kids, like, if they got the ball, that they could go tag the person to get them out. And so they're like, go touch him with the ball. Go touch him with the ball. Like, go. And the kids, like, and it happened 2 or 3 times. Instead of going to tag them with the ball, they threw the ball at them. Oh, it was great. It was funny. And then the very last play, the kid finally realized, like, what we were talking about and went and actually, like, touched him. And that was the last play. And it was funny.
You were like, perfect. Good job.
Yeah, we were like, good job. Woo! But it was really cute.
4 or 5?
It's for you, so yeah, basically it's T-ball. It's for you, so they have to be under whatever age by this date. I don't know it off the top of my head, but yeah, so they're all 4.
Is it public or is it a private?
Public is through the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. We called it T-ball, Pinto, Mustang, Bronco.
Yeah,
I think was the order.
Sure.
Do those mean anything to you?
No.
Because that's okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that was like the baseball side. It was like so it was like a age range. It wasn't like a 4U, 5U, whatever. It was
I've always known it as like 4U, 5U, 6U, and then they're like 7, 8, 12, 15, 17, whatever it is.
Got it.
So,
okay. Yeah. Softball had different things. So we played under different things, but being around my brother for so many years, playing all of his side, I learned, like, because they had the weird ones, like T-ball, Mustang, whatever. And we just had, I don't remember what softball was. I mean, I played it for so many years, but. So anyway, you went to a wonderfully cute child's baseball game. What else?
Yep. And then Sunday, like Sam was saying, we went to Role Model. Woo! So you're Spotify wrapped. If you're a Spotify person, we don't mess with Apple Music. Spotify is the way to go.
Literally.
Anyway, Spotify Wrapped, it shows you your top artists for the whole year. And so my top artists were Benson Boone, Role Model, Nick D, Connor Price, and Graham.
I love all of them. I just didn't know Role Model.
Yeah. So Role Model's been on my top artists for, I don't know, a few years now. I've followed him forever. So the way that I kind of follow music is I even went to Benson Boone before he blew up. So I know, like, people are going to be like, oh my God, Benson Boone. Like, I went to his concert for $25 2 years ago.
Yep.
2 years ago.
In California,
when this boy
let's say.
was in California, in San Diego, when he turned 21. It was on his 21st birthday.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it ended up being on his birthday. It was really cool. And so I drugged my sister to that concert because I was like, hey, you want to go? And she was like, sure. And she didn't really know him. Now, obviously, he's blown up and I've gone to see him again. But yeah, 2 years ago. So I somehow find these artists that are like up and coming, aren't like mainstream.
Yeah.
And I love them. So Role Model, I feel like it's kind of been the same way. I discovered him a few years ago and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for Role Model to come out on tour. Anything somewhat close, I will drive. I will make a trip out of it.
Yep.
I would do anything to see him. And then he came out he dropped a new album this last year and came out on tour. Well, a couple of the girls from work, they missed out on Benson Boone and they were like, I trust you explicitly now for music. Who do we listen to? And I was like, I really like this guy called Role Model. I think you guys would really like him. And they started listening to him and they love him now. Love him.
I didn't realize how much they loved him until they were singing all the songs. And I was like, oh my God,
Every
it
single
was
one of
so
them.
fun watching you three like fully geek out. Like that was so cool. Like part of the fun of the concert.
Yeah. So when Spotify Wrapped came out, I was like, I'm going to go see everybody who's on my top 5 artists. I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go see them this year for tour. I've already seen Benson, so like, that's fine. I want to see them live.
Yep.
Now Role Model came out, and so we went. Best concert. He's so good. He's so cute. Love his music. If you don't know who he is, like, look him up. I just love all of his stuff. It's great. So me, the 2 girls from work that now explicitly trust me for music, and Sam, because again, I bought 4 tickets not knowing who was going to come with me.
Yep.
And then got these girls to listen to him, and then they were like, okay, we love him. We're totally down to go if you still will have us. And I was like, absolutely.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay, Sam, I can either sell this other ticket or you can come with me. And Sam was like,
I said,
I'll go.
I'll go.
A live
40
music,
bucks?
let's go.
$40? Absolutely.
Mhm.
And because of how good you are with like picking this, I'm calling They're Gonna Blow Up. And you're going to be like, I went to see them, or we went to see them for $40. And Nick D and Connor Price, I have been listening to them for years, and they're going to blow up too.
Connor Price is about to drop a album. He like finally is going to drop one. He has so many like singles and EPs or whatever. Like he's finally about to drop an album. He was just talking about it. So
I'm so excited.
yeah. So anyway, I ended up like, I seriously don't know how I find these so early on and like get the access codes and all of it. I somehow do. Just again, for these lower artists that I really like, because I follow them, all the things. Well, Connor Price and Graham, 2 more artists that are on my top 5, are going on tour together this year.
Together.
So,
like,
together,
literally how perfect.
Because Connor Price, Graham, and Nick D all kind of produce and write music together. They are on a lot of songs together. Graham usually produces all of theirs, and he has his own music.
Yep.
I love all of them individually, together, all the things. So me and Sam have turned into concert girlies, and we're going to go see Connor Price and Graham in a few weeks. And so basically, I think I've gone to more concerts literally in the past like 2 years than I have in the last 10. Like, without a doubt.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You have gone to a lot of concerts in the last couple of years. But look how much you love them.
I love them so much for the artists that I love. Because we went to 2 Feet. I've been to Benson twice. We went to Nickelback and Brantley Gilbert.
Oh, such a fantastic
It was so
concert.
good. Hosier, which was another
Hosier
one.
was really good too.
Mm-hmm. We went to Might.
Yep.
Who else have we gone to? Is that it? I mean, that was 6 or 7 just in 2 years. It like doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah. And because we've traveled for a good portion of them. Like you went to California, you've gone to Houston twice.
Mm-hmm. Dallas for Mike.
Yep. Like you've been moving. So 7 concerts, that's a lot. Did you go to the rodeo?
I did.
Did you see
Who
anybody?
did I see? I don't think last year I stayed because I had the boys. So I don't think we stayed for the concert.
I think that's right.
I don't think we stayed for the concert.
Yes, I think that is true.
I have seen a lot of people at the rodeo, though, because I've seen Turnpike Troubadours. I've seen Josh Turner twice at the rodeo. I've seen Cody Johnson at the rodeo.
Oh, that was probably good.
I saw Aaron Watson at the rodeo. That was good. Cody Johnson was amazing. I would see him again in a heartbeat.
Do you
I
have
really
a list
would.
on your phone of concerts that you've been to?
No,
You should start that, because I have one.
probably should.
Like, I
A
could
long
tell you
time
every
ago.
single concert I've ever gone to.
That's a good idea, because I've seen Adam Lambert when he was on like American Idol.
Yeah. What is this?
Scotty
What was his-
McCreery, I saw him too.
I saw him. Did we see them together?
No, I saw him for my 18th birthday at Billy Bob's.
Okay, I just saw him recently, and he was really good.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. What were
You
saying
should
about
start
Adam
a
Lambert?
list of places you've been, because I was trying to look for mine. But I've gone to a lot of them, and it's fun to look back and be like, who did you see? Like,
That's a good idea.
there you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome
Another-
to you
another
and the
li-
5 friends that we have.
Another list on my phone. But yeah, I mean, turn into concert girlies for sure. But I really love the intimate concerts. Like, I don't want to go to a stadium and be up in the bleachers just to see someone. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be up close and personal and in a small venue.
I think that's why I really loved, I saw NF in grad school, and it was such a tiny venue, but because of his music being so loud and so like boop boop, it
Yeah.
was the best concert I had ever seen. And now I think it's tied with the Nickelback and Bradley Gilbert concert, but the NF was so small and intimate, but it was so loud. It was such a good concert too.
I was about to ask what would be your top concert, but that kind of answers it. I don't know if I could pick a top concert. I think I have favorite things about each of them, but I don't think I could rank. I don't think I could rank them because to me, I'm like, there's such different music. Like role models, like indie pop ish.
Yep.
Benson's pop, Hosier's like indie folk. Nickelback and Brantley Gilbert are like obviously like rock. Foo Fighters, I don't even know anymore, right?
Yeah.
Country, like I feel like each of them are in such different genres that I can't be like that was the best one I've ever been to. Like they've all been great.
I think it's funny because the two that I say, NF and Nickelback and Bradley Gilbert, I think were the best like feeling productions and like but then you have Mike, which was obviously a top fave of mine. I've got 2 tattoos. I have one tattoo specifically related to him, and I have the other one that says keep going. That's also his brand. But that I got way before this. But besides the point, like that, I was so emotional. You had a video of me crying.
I do.
Like,
I do. I was like, this is her moment.
I'm so glad you did that because I go back and watch that like on days that I'm like, fuck everything. Like I have gone back and watched that video. So I'm very, very happy you have that.
Well, well, I'm glad I took it then. I didn't know you did that. That's nice.
Oh my God. Nope. Yep. When I like probably since the concert, which was like 6 months ago, I've probably rewatched it like 5 times. I really like it's comforting. It's comforting. So I really like it in addition to so that was a concert that was different, but obviously fantastic.
There's been like a controversy or like people go, well, why do you take videos at concerts and you think that other people like want to see them, or like why do you take videos at concerts and you don't enjoy it? At first I was like, damn, because they're like, do you think that I want to see that you're at a concert like on your story? And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know, I don't really care what you want. I want to post it, or if I post it or whatever, or if I want to record it. But like, I've already listened back to the couple videos I took at Role Models concert, and I'm like, I was there. Cause to try to explain that to people, like, this is what it was like. If they ask, if not, then I just have it. Like, I try to do a bit of both, where I don't want to sit there with the camera the whole time and be like, I'm recording the whole thing so I can rewatch it. Like, I want to enjoy it, but at the same time, for my favorite songs, I want to record like 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Just to get the vibe. And then I can go back and re-listen to the song. But I do, like, especially the cut takes in between songs where they're, like, talking to you. I love recording that because I feel like that shows who the artist is as a person. So I
So
don't
you
know if
can have
an
like
order.
the performance and personality.
Yeah, so I try to do a little bit of both where I'm like, all right, I'll record a little bit and then I'll put it away and I'll enjoy the rest of the song in the concert and I'll just vibe with it. How do you
I
feel about it?
realize that I am the opposite. I want like one video of like my favorite song or my whatever, but I don't ever go back besides the video you took of me. I don't ever go back and watch the videos. I don't know why. I have plenty of concert videos, but I don't go back and watch them. So now I think I'm slowly transitioning into getting like one or two clips and then being like, I'm going to enjoy it because I'm not going to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
Every like I said,
once in a blue moon do I go look at something besides the video you sent me, but I don't know.
Can we also talk about how we're getting old to be at general admission concerts? So this is a general admissions. It was so funny. God, we're not even that old, but I have a couple of funny stories from being there.
Not
and it was
old, but
hilarious.
I just feel that I know that I'm not 21, 22, that I just felt like I'm older.
And I didn't think that Role Model would have such a younger crowd because he's had music out for so long. He's our age. I mean, he's 28, 29. Like,
yeah,
he's our age. So I don't know why I didn't think that he would have a younger crowd kind of not that we were like, oh my God, you're the older people here, but it was like a good kind of mix, but it definitely was a lot more on the like the early 20s versus late 20s. Well, so a couple funny things that happened. So I'm standing in line to get merch and this couple in front of me is maybe 20, 21.
Okay.
Right? But total Gen Zers talking with like, I'm going to get an extra large, no cap. I'm going to need this. And I'm just listening to them I'm behind them and I'm listening to them. And I was just texting James and I'm like, what am I listening to right now? And I was like texting some of the things, like some of the words they were saying. And I was like, what the hell is this? Am I old? And straight up, he's like, yes. I was like, thank you. I was just like, what is this? And then she made a comment that she was like, oh my God, the jacket's $75. That's like a down payment for a car. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, sweetie, I wish $75 was a down payment for a car. I wish.
I wasn't there too at that part. I was standing like this, blocking our spot, holding our spot. But I didn't realize that was in the line, and I didn't realize that $75 is down payment.
I was cracking up because I was funny. Oh my God, I'm old. Like, and so that was the one thing. And then so we're standing in our spot. We get back, right? We got our merch. We're sitting there. Yep. This other funny thing happening. Going forward to concerts, this is the thing to do now. So this girl is trying to get back in, like, up to her friends. Yes. And she gets, like, stuck next to us. And she's, like, texting her friend. And her friend's like, just push. And she's like, I'm sorry, there's so many people, like, I'm trying. And I was like, tell her to put her, her flashlight up on her phone or raise her hand or something. Yep. And I said, people will let you through, but she needs to, like, put her hand up like she's calling you. And so, I don't even know if you're going to see it on the screen. I'm gonna, like, have to cut my arm short. So just do it. All of a sudden, this hand goes up like this in the crowd and is doing this. And she was like, there, it's my friend guy. I'm trying to get through. And I was like, that is the best. It's like a little emu. We died. It was so funny. So funny. And we were like, that is the best thing. Because you cannot confuse that for anybody else. Like, that is so everybody else to be maybe... like, they was so distinct. It was so funny. So now we were like, we're doing that going forward.
But how fantastic is that? Like, you're not going to confuse it with anybody else's hand. Oh, I thought it was so funny and so hilarious. Just a hand straight
wonderful. Up. It was wonderful. But then the conversation came up is when you got lost in the grocery store or in the store, like, what did your parents do to, like, get your attention? Or, like, what did you do to try to find your mom? Like, did you do anything?
I didn't do anything. My dad had a really, really distinct whistle. Like, I would know that whistle across baseball fields. So that was what he did. I didn't have anything. And before you say yours, I want to hear other people. So I want to hear your submissions. Please DM, message, comment, wherever you want. But I want to hear what you did, because what I clearly did not do anything. is very different than this story is about to hear.
It's
So
so
I want to
funny.
see
I'm so
other
excited for it.
people's.
But so like if you were in like Target, right, with your dad and you went to the bathroom and you came back and he's like not where he was, would you were just like, Dad, or like did you just keep walking and hopefully you'd find him?
It didn't have a plan. Nobody talked about a plan.
No, okay. Well,
I think it was probably stay still. Find help.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've already been over this, that my family plans.
We did not do any planning. There was no safety, just total side story. When the Snowmageddon happened, when it froze over and we lost power for 3 days and whatever, I didn't have a single flashlight. I didn't have a single anything. I had nothing. The only light source, and we had no power for 3 days. The only light source that I had was these 3 little tea light candles
Yeah.
that somebody had given me as a gift, and I had.
Oh my goodness.
That was it. And then my mom, I'm totally about to out her, she told me to have a fire in my bathtub because we had no heat and it was like 26 degrees. It was really cold. But I was like, Mom, 1, I don't have wood. 2, I don't know how to start a fire with matches. And I can't drive and I can't have a fire in my bathtub. So that's how little prepared my family was compared to yours.
You're prepared now, though.
Yeah, I'm a lot more prepared now. Thanks
Yeah,
to your
but-
dad.
Again, we were prepared. So, if we went to the bathroom or did whatever at the grocery store, Target, Walmart, whatever, and you're trying to find your way back to where Mom and Dad are, Dad came up with this thing because he was like, everybody says, Dad, Mom, like, that's not a, like, oh, turn around, like, that's my kid type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to try not to do this too loud so my mic doesn't cut out, but it's funny. So I was like, oh, you guys didn't do this? And you and the other 2 girls were like, no, like, you guys have no idea what I'm about to do. And so I go, no, my dad and us, we would go, like, bird calls. And it's not even bird calls. It's just, so we did it in the store. That's how we would find each other. But it's funny because you would, like, go back to kind of, like, where you left. And you'd be like, and then all of a sudden across the store, you'd hear, you'd be like, I got it over there. And then you would find your way. It's so easy. You get so many people that look at you, but it's great because you're like, oh, I know exactly. Like, that is such, like, you're talking about your dad having a distinct whistle. That is such a distinct sound. Nobody is randomly going in a grocery store or whatever. And it is hilarious. Hilarious. We crack up. We think it's so funny. It was
You did
hilarious.
it at the concert and we all were like, no, we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
It was so funny.
The other point, do you have another point of why we were old at the concert? Because I have one.
You go ahead with yours. I mean, I do, but it might be the same as yours.
So my thought was after the concert and we started walking, because we stood on like pea gravel in one spot. And we started walking and both of us were like, these were the wrong shoes to wear. And my back.
Over style.
I went for cute.
I should have went with my orthopedic shoes that have the squishy soles.
I forgot. We both said the same thing, that the cowboy boots that we were wearing are great for walking, terrible for standing in one place. So we left and I was like, my back hurts. Like, my feet hurt. Like, the next morning I was like, I'm a little sore. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can't be that out of shape. I can't be that old, right?
Well, no, even we were walking and I was like, God, my hip hurts, my feet hurt. And I was like, oh my God. And like, again, the girls that we were with are 4 or 5 years younger than we are. And they're like, this is great. Woohoo! And I was like, oh God, I'm getting to that age that like, I really need to have seated concerts now. Like, I love being a concert person, but I need seats.
I want
like,
the option to sit if I want to.
Well, and especially like these people aren't even that big, but it's like role model. We stood, the doors opened at 7.
Yeah,
we got
that
there
was
at
also
6.
the problem.
We got there at 6 thinking, okay, we'll like get in line and get in like a decent spot or whatever. This line was wrapped around the building, down the street, around the corner. Like, it was crazy. And I did not expect that at all. And I mean, same with like Benson, a couple other people that we've seen, Hosier, we had seats. Nickelback, we had seats. 2 Feet was
Very small.
2 feet was very small, but that was general admission too, and we were in a great spot. Like,
Fantastic spot.
I did not think that this many people were going to be waiting, and then apparently some of the people for the general admission were waiting from like 4 a.m. and the doors opened at 7. People, the doors opened at 7. I was like, absolutely not. But
no, absolutely
it was crazy.
not. But we stood from like 6 p.m. We got there at 6 to I got home at 11. So 10:30, concert ended at 10:30. And I was like, it's Sunday night. Like, it's a school night. Like, this is weird. So those were funny because I don't think I'm old at all. Like, I think, again, I've said this a million times, you have so much more life to live. But I know that I'm older than 21 sometimes. And it is funny.
I just can't, because it's like, I'm not old, but again, I can't be out all these hours and doing whatever.
Want to.
Like, but I also think, like, being a college athlete, like, my body is not what it was. Like, my body is messed up in some places just from sports for so long. And it's just, we're just getting to that age where it's like, if I could sit, that would be nice. Now, can I stand or can I walk far? Sure, I can do a 7-mile hike, no problem.
Yep.
Ask me to stand for 4.5 hours at a concert, I'm going to want some squishy shoes. Like, I'm going to want some with some give and not my cowboy boots that have the sole that's almost missing.
You need a new sole or new boots.
I know.
Like, chop. One more thing that I want to touch about on concerts is, do we want to tell the story of 2 Feet?
Of course we do, because that was great. And this will explain mine and Sam's craziness with this whole concert. Not our craziness, it's like our dodo-ness.
Yeah. This was our, like, first concert.
Together,
right?
Yeah, right?
It
was our first concert together. It was in October. Like, it was just like, we both knew who this person was. This is kind of how we got started at work together, because I was listening to something and then it came up, you were playing music in the lab, and I was like, 2 Feet, and you were like, yeah, and I was like, you know 2 Feet, and you were like, yeah, and I was like,
are we best friends?
Because I also love 2 Feet, but again, kind of like role model, no one knew who this was. So that kind of got us started. And then I said, dude, he's coming to Austin. And you were like, shut up, tickets, let's go. And so then we went.
Between the house, the Uber, or sitting on the ledge before we went in, my ID, gone. Unknown. Credit cards, ID, gone. Well, luckily, we were smart and we're like, let's pack shooters for this place. Like, we don't want to pay for all the alcohol. Like, let's pack shooters. Cheap, easy. We can just get lemonades there. Call it a day. Well, Bri gets 1. She can carry 1 on her.
Well, his itty bitty titty committee over here, even with my shirt, no matter where I put it, you could see it. And I got smarter as concerts went on with sneaking in alcohol, but I could fit 1 without it being noticeable. Do you want to tell everybody how many you could fit in your shirt? Because it was definitely way more than 1.
I was able to get 10. 10 shooters just
everywhere
in the area. Couldn't see it, had no idea. Well, now that I have 10 shooters in my shirt, this is fantastic for getting into the concert without an ID. They let everybody in. It was all ages. It didn't matter. So we are, first off, let's say, pretty drunk by the time we even get there. Before we even deal with the shooters, we are drunk, hence why I have no ID, right?
Yeah.
So we get in and I go, okay, doesn't matter. I don't have an ID. I can't get drinks. Doesn't matter. I'm getting a lemonade. So Bri and I walk in and we go straight to the bathroom. And we're, I don't know, dying laughing about something.
Talking with the other women in the bathroom about whatever, just cutting it up, having a good time. And then we walk out.
Yeah. Yapping over the stalls, yapping over here, just talking. Whatever, we leave. And we go out, and Hunter's there, and he looks us, and he goes straight in the eye, and he goes, "Oh, did you get the shooters?" And
we deadpan look at each other and go, "Oh, no." He goes, "What the hell were you guys doing in there?" Then we were like, going to the bathroom and talking. He was like, "Go back in," and so we were like, "Okay." And so we went back in, and finally remembered to take all of these shooters out of Sam's boobs and put them in the purse, because we had purses.
Yeah.
So it was like, we had a place to put them. Anyways, it was hilarious. And then we proceeded to have a wonderful concert.
Yeah.
And then also be safe if you ever go to concerts and you drink. Don't drive. You Uber.
We Ubered. We
Ubered everywhere. We were great.
Yeah. So that was our first concert, and it was a shit show, and it was hilarious, and it was the best. I mean, we still talk about it all the time. And then we proceeded to be like, okay, that was fantastic. A little bit of shit show. Let's try some other ones.
That was our first one. Now we're experienced. Now we got it down pat.
Now we're going to a concert on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Man, I don't know why people have Sunday concert, Wednesday concerts. I guess I mean I get it. They can't do them all on the weekends, but I'm like, damn it, like I gotta work. But again, these people are on my top 5, and I got it cleared with mom to be like, could you help me out here so I can leave and I'll be back at like 1 a.m. because we're gonna be driving.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be a good time. I'm excited.
It'll be really fun. So
and then I'm moving that weekend.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Not far. We're moving like
a mile
next door. But
that's it.
You're not leaving me. You're not leaving. Let's not scare anybody.
We're moving to a new house that is literally 1.5 miles away. That's it. That's it. Just a new house. Just a new house.
Well, I know that's not for a couple weeks, but what are you doing this weekend?
James's birthday was a couple days ago, but I'm going to see him this weekend. I wasn't able to see him on his birthday because it was during the week. Yeah. So a few months ago, I had found his best friend on Instagram and sent him a message and was like, hey, you met me at the Christmas party. I really want to throw like a little surprise party for James for his birthday because this man has not celebrated his birthday really in like a long time. And so I was like, I want to do something for him. Like, I just want to do something special. I want him to like feel appreciated and just be able to like hang out with his friends. Anyways, so he was like, oh my God, I love it. I'm in. Let's do this. So we've been talking via Instagram. Yep. And so basically we got a couple other people that he's friends with to come over to the house. And basically I'm going to get him out of the house. We're going to go to dinner, go to axe throwing, just be like, oh, this is your birthday, like date type of thing, right? Well, while they're out of the house, his best friend's going to be in the house decorating and setting all these decorations up that I've gotten. And then the friends are going to be there. So then when we get home, they'll be there and then we'll get to kind of hang out and have a fire and just kind of, his friends will be there to hang out.
I'm so glad that you went full FBI status and found the best friend on Instagram, you know, the whole
I was going to try, because I have obviously like his phone codes and stuff, but when we're together, we're not on our phones in general, but we're really not on our phones when we're together. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I could try to like get his phone and like send me his friend's phone number and then delete it, whatever. And I was like, that's going to take way too much time and he's totally going to catch on to it. So I was like, you know what, let me just search his friends list on Instagram and see if I can find him. But I was like, oh my God, is this friend going to be like him? Where he's like not into social media and like doesn't have anything.
Not see it, yeah.
And it took a week for him to see it. And then he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry I didn't see this. I'm like never on Instagram." And I was like, this is why I messaged you in December when his birthday is in March. This is why I did this now.
It's been planning.
I'm really excited.
Decorations to his house?
I did. No. So the decorations are gonna be with me, and I'm either gonna hide them in my car or I'm gonna do what he did for my birthday, where he goes, you have to stay in here and you can't come out until I say anything. So I might just like when I get there be like, hey, you have to go in the room because I have like surprises for you, but I'm going to go put them in the other room so you don't see them and then I'll bring them out later. And so I probably am going to like blow up the balloons and stuff all here, have them in my car, get there, be like, go to the room.
Yeah.
Put all the decorations in the spare room or something so he can't see them. And so that way when his friend gets there, they're already like there at the house.
Yep.
He just has to put them up. So I'm really excited. Idea. I don't think he has any idea because I even tried to ask him. This is what's funny because he's just like me where I have like you and our other friend that I'm like best friends with. But other than that, like that's kind of it. Like when you guys surprised me with my birthday stuff last year, it was like just you guys and it was perfect and I loved it.
Yeah.
He's kind of the same way. It's like he has the like 2 best friends and one of them just moved away. So he has one and then he has like 2 other people maybe that he hangs out with on a regular basis. So I was like, hey, like now that so-and-so's gone, like who did you hang out with? And he was like, oh, probably so-and-so. And I'm like, that's already the person I'm in contact with. Oh my God. And I was like, that's the best friend. Like, I know that person. I know that's who you're hanging out with.
Others.
And I was like, oh, well, like, besides him, like, anybody else? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh my God. But I was laughing because his best friend is like, ask him, like, who he would hang out with for whatever. And I was like, LOL, the answer was you. And he was like, of course it was. Like, why am I not surprised?
You're like, best friend, this is now your job. Put it together.
Well, so like we threw out a couple ideas back and forth, and
Yeah,
I think we got it worked out. We have a couple people coming, but it was just funny because I was like, hey, like anyone else, like now that they're gone, like that you would like go hang out with on a Friday or whatever. And he was like, no. And I was like,
I think that's going to be really good. A really good weekend.
I'm excited. It'll be good.
Happy birthday, James.
Happy birthday to you.
My plans are exciting, but in a completely different way. We're going to the Barbecue Austin, which is basically like the kickoff to the rodeo. I gone every year since I've been here. Absolutely love it. You walk around. There's tons of tents with music, and they give away free beer, free drinks, and free barbecue. Like, I have always walked out of there a little drunk and pretty damn full. Like, always. And it's so, so good. So that's my only plans this weekend. And if I'm going to be real honest, put away Christmas decorations.
You still haven't put away your Christmas decorations?
We took them down. We took them down, but they're sitting on my porch. But they're down.
You're those people. So
the lights are...
When did you put them up?
Hunter put them up November 1st. I was sleeping.
Before Thanksgiving too. Jesus. Okay.
Hunter full-blown loves putting it up in November. Like, November 1st comes around, he's putting it up. And I actually really like it. I was like, this is ridiculous. And my mom, who has always been after Thanksgiving, like, absolutely not, she did it this year because of Hunter. Hunter's done it the last 2 years, and Mom was like, I'm doing it. She loved it.
See, I wait until it's been like my Thanksgiving thing, right? So like Thanksgiving happens, and then it's like that weekend, I'll put everything up. Like Christmas will throw up over my whole house. So it's like I always do it the weekend after Thanksgiving, and then it's up. And then when Christmas is over, I'll take them down and put them away before New Year's, like before I go back to work. And they're gone and away. So it's like Christmas is over that weekend. They're down and they're put away. If not, they're gonna stay up in my house all year. That's my thing. Is it's like if I do not take them down in a specific amount of time, then it's just they've come one with the house and that's it.
I wouldn't have taken them down the first week. Like, mine's not like before November 1st or before January 1st, but within the first week or two, they're coming down. This year we just got busy, and then just honestly was like, I don't want to. Like, I just don't want to. And I will not be sharing this. My basement is a complete mess. And so I can't put Christmas away until I clean the basement. So that's really been preventing. But I would have liked them down earlier, but I'm not a January 1st person. I liked the November 1st, though.
It
feels like all jolly.
To the extra jolliness.
Like, extra jolly for like 2 months instead of one. What's your question? I'm sorry.
Do you decorate for other holidays?
No.
None of them?
No. That's
Just
too much work.
Christmas?
Too much work. Well, I didn't put up the initial decorations. I was deadly sick with bronchitis that weekend. So Hunter put them up, and then I go, oh, this is really nice that it's up. But if I was up and it was up to me, I wouldn't have helped. But since it was already up, I was like, oh, now I'm in the spirit. Now it's fun. But I don't have time to decorate for other holidays.
Do you listen to Christmas music while you decorate?
Yeah. No. No, I do not.
Sam
and I will.
Sam hates Christmas music. She does not like Christmas music. See, it's the same thing. There's a specific time. The day after Thanksgiving or the weekend after Thanksgiving, put up Christmas decorations, jam to Christmas music. It can be on the whole month of December. once New Year's comes around, the Christmas songs go away and the decorations go away. That's it. But I decorate for like Halloween and I try to decorate for like fall too. I don't do anything for the spring, which is why I asked about like, do you decorate for anybody like any other holiday? But like for Halloween,
I forgot about Halloween.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you do for Halloween, but I was gonna come out to that.
I decorate for Halloween. I was thinking like Easter, 4th of July, Valentine's Day. No, I do decorate for Halloween, but that's because Stacy gave me 2 giant totes of Halloween.
Totes.
Otherwise,
Yep.
I had nothing.
Yeah.
If I am by myself, I will not decorate. But because other people started it, that was my whole point of the story, is other people started it or gave me things, then I go, oh, okay. To the Christmas songs, let me put this on record. It's not that I hate them. It's just that I've heard them my entire life.
That's
And I
typically
don't
what
wanna keep
happens
listening
around
to them.
That's typically what happens every year around Christmas time, from the time that you were born, that you listen to Christmas songs. So yeah, it's not uncommon that you've heard Christmas songs your whole life.
Like, give me Mariah Carey's.
No.
Give me like
Oh God. No.
couple of the like Christmassy songs a few days before Christmas, and then that's it. But give me something new. They're just boring. Same with Christmas movies. I'm sorry.
Well, we both know we don't watch movies in general, so
That too.
I don't care about the movies. What about like Pentatonics or like, have you listened to Pentatonics Christmas songs?
Yes.
'Cause I don't like the super pop Christmas songs, and I like some of the classics, but not some of the old classics. I like the in-between ones. So like Mariah Carey, absolutely not. Justin Bieber, like iffy, right? Like, but that doesn't make you feel some type of way.
Again,
No, you can say no.
no, I've heard it every year. I'm terrible. But I'm also the same way. Like, I don't like Hallmark. Again, I don't like movies that much.
I don't like Hallmark movies either. I'm gonna just put it out there. The whole, you go on a business trip to the middle of Alabama and you somehow find somebody in this little rinky-dink small town and he's hot as fuck. No, I can't do. You know what's funny? It's Whitney loves. Oh God, this is gonna tangent us into something else. Whitney, my sister, loves Hallmark movies. Has like watched every single one of them. Loves them.
Sorry, Wit.
But I hate them. But Colleen Hoover is an author, and like, no disrespect, she's got some good books. She's had some movies that have been made about her books or whatever. But her books follow the very Hallmarky timeline. The narration, the tropes, all of it is all very Hallmarky, and I cannot do it. I read 2 of them, and I go, God, I can see what's coming 8 miles away.
Yeah.
And I'm literally 10 pages into this book. Like, I can tell you how the rest of the book is going to go before I even read it. And I mean, I say that as if I don't know that about some fantasy stuff, but at least with the fantasy stuff, it's a little bit different. You have different people, different magic, different worlds, different stuff, but none of it is Hallmark.
Yeah.
Like so that's what, when people go, oh my God, I love Hallmark movies. I'm like, oh, I know what author you would really like. And then they go, oh my God, I love Colleen Hoover. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep, I called that. Like, I cannot read her books. Again, no hate out there to people who love her books. Same to people who love Hallmark movies. It is just not for me.
It ain't for me. The same. That's why I like the fantasy books. I get all my book recommendations from Bri. So if you ever need a book recommendation, I'm totally going to shout you out. Definitely ask you, because you give some great recommendations.
Follow my Bookstagram page. I don't really use it anymore, but it's still there and it still has a lot of good recommendations on it. And you can always DM me on there or DM me through the podcast page for book recs. I usually ask people just to keep in mind, like, what are you into? Do you like, vampires? Do you like fantasy? Do you like millionaires? Do you like mafia? Do you want Hallmarky? Like, give me kind of what you're looking for, and I guarantee you I could give you at least 5 different books to choose from.
Just not the Colleen Hoover, just not my cup of tea for books. And again, movies. I've seen some fantastic movies, but it's not my cup of tea, and that's fine. It doesn't matter.
can I say I've tried really hard the past couple days to find like a new series to watch on TV, and I cannot do it for the life of me. Like, I cannot pick one and sit. I tried 3 different ones, and I get 5 minutes into it, and I have to pause it and get up and go do something. Like,
have you ever watched stand-up comedy on Netflix?
yeah, so I'll throw that on. So, like, I watched Chris DiStefano's comedy special. It's actually on Hulu.
Was it good?
It was good. I love him. I think he's great. He was also on Celebrity Jeopardy recently, and that was also really good. I am old on the inside. Celebrity Jeopardy is like good, but that's also mine and James's show that we watch when we're together. And why are we eating?
Jesus
so we
Christ, really?
We sit on the couch and watch Jeopardy or Celebrity Jeopardy, and it's fun because we.
It's okay. We watch
We're
all
nerds.
like homesteading and Alaska, Gold Rush. Like, that's my nerdy type of TV.
You should really watch Alone. I think you would really like it. Alone?
I don't even know what that is. I thought you were going to say Yellowstone.
Alone, I think you and Hunter would actually really like it. So there's a couple different ones, but they basically take 10 contestants and they put them in these different areas. Like, they started in Patagonia for one place, and they were in Tasmania somewhere, and then there's an Australian one.
Is it a reality show, though?
Reality show. So they go, hey, here's your camera. They were able to take 10 items off of this list. And these people have all different kinds of backgrounds. Some of them are biologists. Some of them are just avid preppers. Some of them are actual, like, hunting guides. Like, some of them have, they have very distinct backgrounds. Okay. They go through training to get to the 10 people. So all these people apply. They narrow it down to, like, the top 10. They give them their own camera and their 10 items, and they drop them off. And it's how long can you survive alone? But they have a radio that you can be rescued.
Yeah.
Because you're alone, but you don't know if the other people have called out or if you're the last one that's there. And if you survive the longest, then you win. It's like $500,000.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw there's a book that your dad gave me, the author, I'm pretty sure was on that show or something very similar.
Yeah.
We used to watch Survivor when we were kids. Like, I loved that and The Biggest Loser. Those were like our 2 Friday night shows that we would watch.
Yeah. I like Alone. Like, I don't watch a lot of reality TV. This is, I mean, surprisingly, like, I think the only one. I will watch Alone because, one, you learn so much about people doing stuff with plants or with shelter or with this, but also about the human psyche. About, like,
that would be fun.
Some people don't even make it 24 hours. And they're like, I can't be out here by myself. And you're like, you just prepped to go out here and you didn't even make it a day? Like,
see, I don't like reality, so that's why I asked. I was skeptical, but I'm a little more convinced now.
Yeah, they have their own camera, so no one's with them. They have to, like, set up their own stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's like anywhere they go. And so, I mean, they have to get their own food, their water, fire, shelter, like, all of it. And again, they take 10 things off the list. Not all of them have the same things.
Yeah.
So it's actually really good. I think it's very educational, but
maybe somebody really listening can give you some good TV suggestions, because I don't watch. I watch very few TV shows. I spend most of my time on now YouTube and watching like YouTube channels. And I always thought that was weird, but now
yeah, it's not even really that, like, I need a show, because, like, I'll go read,
but if you want, like, something.
I was just, like, wanting something for the downtime, but it's, like, I've seen, like, the shows that I watch are, like, Vikings, Peaky Blinders, Witcher, like, shows like that are the ones that, like, so it's, like, highly invested, and so I don't know, nothing's really caught my eye, and I think there's just too many options.
Have you ever watched, like, Blue Bloods, like, police type shows? Like, think Law and Order SVU, but
I watched Dexter, and I started rewatching Dexter, actually.
Have you
recently.
watched Lucifer?
Yes.
You watched that show? I used to watch some of it with my mom, and I thought that was really good. I never finished
Lucifer.
it, but I thought that was really good.
So kind of like those vibes, but like too much of like I wouldn't really do like NCIS or SVU Law and Order, like none of those. Like I do the old timey shows like Outlander. Love, huge fan. I read the books. I love the show. I absolutely love it. But it's a timey show. It's like based in the 1700s.
Do you know that at one point in my life, I had seen every single Law and Order SVU episode that existed?
That's nuts.
Until when I went to college. So until my senior year of high school, I had seen every single episode. I would be able to read the description and pass, because I had the TV that would record anytime it was on at any channel. So I would read the description, and I saw every single episode at one point in my life. And then I watched Family Guy was the only really show that I watched in college. And I still love Family Guy. Hate South Park though.
See, I never watched Family Guy. American Dad.
American Dad. I didn't like. I only like Family Guy.
Those. I did just watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I haven't finished it, but I got to a point where it was like good for a bit. It was good, like a show to have on in the background.
I have a really good show that I really like. It's called High Potential. It's on Hulu, and it's the character from The Mick that you told me to watch. That was really good. The Mick, the blonde chick that takes over her rich sister's kids.
I don't think I told you to watch that.
Yes, you did.
Confusing me with my other best friend.
Well,
no. We've gone through this before. I have no idea what that is.
Did Savannah recommend it to me?
Yes.
Whatever.
We've had this.
It's a fantastic. Oh, the Mick was fun too. Okay. She's the character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Never watched that either.
I haven't either, but do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, Doda.
I'm so horrible with
whatever.
Actors and actresses' names. I have no
idea what her name is.
I don't ever know. When someone's like, oh, so-and-so, they're in this movie, and this movie, and this movie, I'm like,
pop it here or here, because I don't know where the editing is. It's going to pop up one of her name.
Pop up somewhere.
The Mick was really good. I watched like a season or two, and then it started to repeat, and I moved on. High Potential is like coming out right now. She's basically a brainiac, but she's hot blonde, and she is a cleaning lady for the police. This happens in episode 1. And so she's a cleaning lady at the police station, and then things happen, and she ends up working with them. And she's like this genius, but she's like, fuck cops, like she had gotten arrested. Like, it's a very funny, and then it's like solving crime, but in more of like focused on her. It's a good show.
I'll have to check it out. Well, if you have any more recommendations for us for TV shows or anything in general, please comment, like, follow, subscribe, wherever you are listening to, and thank you for tuning in to What Are We Doing Here?
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Transition. Boom.
Bum 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 bum.
And we're back.
We're back. Welcome
to 5 o'clock news. Wait. So,
yeah.
Anyways, okay. We can. 45 minutes.
Apart.
We fall apart apparently because we can't do anything right now. Oh my gosh, that was that was funny. Oh my gosh.